Yeah. Thank you.
Zelag, the sophomore. Welcome back to the Pegula Ice Arena for another edition of JWHL Hockey. I'm Josh Sperber here on our YouTube channel, and we've got another good one. Two teams coming off of big victories. We have first the Boston Shamrocks, who upended the second-place Washington Pride in a 4-1 victory, and they'll use a slightly different lineup. The forwards will remain the same from that game. Sheridan Terrazzano starts alongside Mia Bonarosa and Anna O'Neill, but the defensive line is a little different. Annalise Reed and Nicole Flack, both of whom played exceptionally well in that Pride game, will start on defense as well. And then Ava Hills will mind the net once again. She is looking for her second straight win after a two-game losing streak ended against the Pride, where she had over 30 saves. A great game for the freshman from North Andover, Massachusetts. And the Philadelphia Junior Flyers, who absolutely blew out the Pride. Boston actually beat Newbridge. The Flyers blew out the Pride 9-0. And the only person they will change from their starting line is the goalie, Sophia Zelag. Ava Rinker will start on defense alongside Michaela Javier, Riley Grimley, Sydney Bradley, and Talia Elia on the starting line for the Flyers as well. First face-off of the game so far, as we're back down to 17 minutes after the last match of the Major Junior Division went into overtime. But for the younger girls, it's 17-minute periods here. But they should be good ones, as each team looking to continue to climb up in the rankings. Both teams coming off of wins. But the Shamrocks now into 10 points, looking to match Mount Academy at 12. And the Flyers now at 15 points, looking to close the gap on Newbridge Academy. And the Shamrocks helped out with that a little earlier on. So the Flyers now controlling the puck on their left side. Some collisions and a steal from the Shamrocks. But that puck is cleared by Gemma Demento. to spark a line change for Boston, and a nice play there with a takeaway for the Shamrocks. Unable to control it now, but Lauren Dillon coming from behind and poking that puck out of there for the temporary possession. And numbers back for the Shamrocks with Feeney, who sends it along the boards and then gets decked. And Aquaro controls. Now Rinker bounces one off the board for Bradley. Taken away and knocked back to Delia. And Hills was ready to pounce on that. Unable to do so. The Shamrock defense cleared it away pretty quickly. Now the Shamrocks get it again after the Flyers got possession back behind Boston's net. And now Boston had to try to get in their offensive zone. They're unable to do so. Bouncing puck deflected and earned. Shot flown towards the net, and we have the first save of the game for Sophia Zelag. Zelag beat Boston earlier in the season, that 12-2 victory. Now Boston only managed 10 shots, but did put 2 goals past her. So I'm sure despite the lopsided victory back in October, these Shamrock players still view Zelag as vulnerable in between the pipes. And that shot is right at Ava Hills, and she covers up to freeze it. And it's not a bad idea. That's really the theme of these two teams. They're just going to want to throw the puck at the net and try and get any chance that they can. So that's what Alexa Davis did, except she didn't have enough placement on that one, as it was just dead center in Ava Hills. And coming off a big game like she is, that's hard for her to miss. And Hills going down to pads to make sure that one didn't trickle in. It did not. Now it's at center ice. And a quick change as Tony Smith comes on for the Flyers. Now it's with St. Pierre. Smith trying to recover, cannot. With Katie Flynn bringing it forward. But Trubin is there to take that away from her. Knocked back, Trubin has it down the left side. Keeping it behind the Flyer net. Smith trying to take it up the ice. Guarded by Flynn. And Smith gets knocked down. And Boston will get possession back on the right side. Pass deflected away by Rinker, immediately recovered and passed on to the center of the ice by Lauren Dillon. Good awareness to keep her eyes staying with that puck. Now Smith open on the right side. She's met immediately by Francesca Caterini. St. Pierre gets there first. She's got the puck behind the net. But Bradley is bringing chase. And you look away for 1 second and you miss a goal in this kind of game. And that's what it is. The junior Flyers get there first. Looked like it was Aquaro. And she just takes advantage of a bouncing puck right in front of the net and puts it in. So Aquaro with a goal and assist in the first game. And an empty netter yesterday. She's got goals in 3 straight games. So her goal total now moves up to 9 with a goal in each of her past 3. And the junior Flyers take an early lead against Boston. Trying to keep their hold on third place as that one bounces back into Flyer territory. The Flyers, with those 9 goals in that last win, have the most in the U-16 division. An absolutely dominant shutout. Zulak in the last game really just did not get tested by a Washington Pride team that remains winless. And Zelag has yet to face any shots either. So all day, Philadelphia has just been eating in front of the net and really trying to capitalize on every chance that they've been able to get. And especially in that last game, they've got a lot of them. But right there, Ava Hills covers up. You see not as many bodies in front of the net for the Flyers to crash and try and put that puck past the stout freshman goalie. The 6 minutes have elapsed in this first period, and we already have one goal. And a chance in front of the net, shot, score! And Boston just needs to keep their head on a swivel on defense, because those kind of opportunities, the way the Flyers pass the puck around, it is just so quick. And it looked like they were just playing harmlessly behind the Shamrock net. But the ball just popped right out to Rachel Martin, and she one-timed it in before Ava Hills knew what was happening. So Martin, the sophomore, now gets her second goal of the season. And the Flyers, who beat the Shamrocks by 10 goals in their last meeting, are looking like they're on that path again. Already 11 goals in 2 games today. Zelag getting her first test, doesn't seem to phase her. She's in solid positioning there, but the Shamrocks trying to fight to get the ball back, keep themselves in this before it spins out of hand early. But the Flyers get possession, sent to Smith in the center of the ice. And we have Rinker down, coming up the right wing. Fell up against the boards. Now it's Trubin who's back. She knocks it forward. Feeney, the deke, tries to handle it, but attempting to put it past Ava Hills with just one hand won't work. And right here, Feeney makes a great move, but the problem is she let the puck fly out just too far ahead of her, and she didn't have enough time to control it before it came crashing into the pads of Ava Hills. And then the goal was dislodged, so we have another face-off. And that face-off will be taken by Sydney Bradley, the sophomore forward. Giving chase and sending it is Talia Delia. Strong defender. And she's a very quick skater, so she readily joins the offense attack as well. That face-off dropped quickly, won by Philadelphia as Grimley takes it down the left wing. Sandwiched by 2 defenders and knocked down is Grimley. And the Shamrocks fight to keep possession as Delia sends it around the boards. And it's back in possession. This one knocked on the protector of Ava Ellis. A solid shot as the Flyers continue to get their opportunities. That one from Davis. Now it's behind the net. Delia looking for it. Coming back to do just that. A strong poke check to win possession back for Philadelphia. Now the Shamrocks advancing up the ice. As Philly looks like they have numbers forward, they can get the puck out in front, which they cannot. So Javier will regroup. They're looking for Bazzi, who looked like she was in a position to break 3. Charge in the corner with Martin. Bazzi looking for it in the middle. She'll get it on the right wing. Now Jess Miller, she scored a goal off a deflection in that win over the Pride. Now Miller, down low, harmlessly bounces behind Ava Hills. Now a shot from Trubin, high and wide. But the Flyers corral the miss. Now our most recent goal scorer, Rachel Martin, with it. She has points against 3 different teams. Boston now added to that list. As we have a scrum in the corner, 2 players on each team trying to dig out the puck. And now the Flyers in control. Javier to Trubin. Down low behind the net. As the Flyers corral once again. Trubin. To Miller. Miller looking for space. That shot's deflected wide. As we approach the 7-minute mark. Shamrocks taking up, looking for some room. Nothing doing there for Mia Bonarosa. And that one's deflected away by Zelag. She makes her 2nd save of the game. Katarina trying to send it wide. She sees a wall of Flyers that includes Franklin. Grimley giving chase behind the net, looking to create something. Now Bonarosa. It's back for the Flyers with Delia, who sends it back across the boards. Delia controlling it. Hits off the stick of Bonarosa. And enough Shamrocks around that for them to control it. Trying to start a possession, but they're just sending it across the ice. They're trying too hard to force something forward right now as Rinker dribbling through some Shamrocks. That one looks like it got a piece of Spencer St. Pierre as it's deflected high. Aquara. The opening goal scorer today. Grimley was looking for it back in the middle, but now it's sent forward by the Shamrocks and will go long for icing. So a little break, but I think you can tell that the Shamrocks are a bit more gassed than the Flyers are right now, because the Flyers are just using their speed and their energy and just running all over the Shamrocks. They are really controlling possession so far in this one. Something that they did in their last win against the Pride as well. It's going back into the Flyer zone. This one will not be icing. And the Flyers will control it. Now Martin has it. She's bringing it ahead in the forecheck. Miller tries to pass it towards the middle, but no one's there. She had Martin on the opposite wing. Under 5 minutes to go. Flyers with a 2-0 lead. Now Martin's shot stopped by the Hills. Getting the right pad out and kicking that one away. Now Javier controlling it. Javier has it again. Now Marzano in. That one knocked out of play. Marzano will take the face-off for Philadelphia and win it quickly against Bonarosa. But the Shamrocks control it as Marzano tipped it toward the Boston players. Now Marzano has it again. Feeney looking for it, but out too far ahead of her. Trubin Colliding with the stick of Feeney there, as now Franklin tries to control it. And Rinker, fancy stick skills, but not enough. As the Shamrocks get a piece of it, Franklin comes up with it, but now Boston controls it in their defensive half. Bradley taking it away. Now Nicole Flack giving chase. She got to start this game after a strong performance against Washington. And what she did were things that just did not show up on the stat sheet. She was involved in every defensive possession and still seems to be there as she gets knocked over. Ava Hills turns that one aside. And now it's Bradley fighting for it and winning. Flyers have an option. Deking and scoring again is Kylie Aquaro. And that was set up by the play in the corner. These Flyers are proving to be stronger and more resilient than the Shamrocks today. And Sydney Bradley finds the puck in the corner, fighting her way out for it, gets control, and then flips it to Aquaro. And she has enough open ice, as you saw, to make her move, to fake out the keeper, and put one in for the second time today. So Kylie Aquaro with a second straight game with 2 points. And chalk up the 5th assist of the year to Sydney Bradley, who still had her hat trick yesterday. First point since then. So 3 goals and an assist for Kylie Aquaro. What a great day for the sophomore. Now her goal total is at 9 for the season. Her second game against Boston where she has scored 2 goals. And she really seems to be all over the teams that the Flyers were playing today. Now we're under 2 minutes, and the Flyers have a 3-run lead as Miller comes on for Aquaro. Miller fighting to be a part of the play, but the puck just wide of where she ran to. And controlling it, the backhand taken away. Slap shot and knocked down. Now it's Davis controlling it. That was Sheridan Terrazano on the hit. And that puck going just wide of Ava Hills. Miller just missed the connection to tap that in. Now Bonarosa. Shamrocks need to get some momentum on offense. Now Terrazano lurking, fighting for it. Bonarosa tries to pass it forward, and the Shamrocks passing it nearly to Flyers players every time as Javier controls it in the Flyers defensive half as we submerge 1 minute. Trubin losing it. Marzano can't control it either. Now Michaela Javier can't. She'll fling it along the board to Jess Miller. Marzano giving chase. And so is Tony Smith. She gets it, splits defenders, has an opening, and that one's stopped by Ava Hills. That is the Ava Hills that we're used to seeing after that game against the Pride. She stoned Washington on about 4 different breakaways and kept Boston in that game. That one knocks off the post as Hills falls on her back. And Smith checking out, but the puck falls right at the blade of her stick. So she'll control it, pass it back out, and head to the bench. Strong game for her. She is always involved in offensive possessions as the final horn of the first quarter sounds. And it's a big one for the Philadelphia Flyers. 3 goals in the first period, 2 coming from Kylie Aquaro. And we'll be back with more JWHL hockey right after this. Had a quick little visit from some other members of this JWHL broadcast team, but we're back in business here at the Pegula Ice Arena. And the Philadelphia Junior Flyers are in complete control of this one. 2 goals in the first period in that first win. And now 3 in the first period right now against the Shamrocks, 2 of them coming from Kylie Aquaro. She has been on a tear in this tournament. She had an empty netter against Mount yesterday. Today she has 3 goals and an assist. So a big tournament for the Flyers as Ava Hills covers that one up and freezes it. So we'll have a face-off in Shamrock territory as Rachel Martin steps into the circle, but loses it to Gemma Demento. That one goes across the net. Boston trying to control on the wing. Jess Miller and Rachel Martin there. Demento pulling it away and going back behind the net. Trying to escape the Philadelphia pressure. This high press attack and defense has been a stalwart of this Philadelphia team. They did the same thing against the Pride in that last one. And that win was just as dangerous as this. Now Brooklyn Calendar bringing it up. She'll lose possession. And that can't be retained. Davis has a 2-on-1. Trying to take it herself. Fakes out the defender into the shoulder of Ava Hills. That's 2 fast breaks this game that Ava Hills has just stood her ground and stonewalled these Flyers players. That one going right into her shoulder pad as she'll cover up. And Hills just got the victim of her defenders not doing their jobs as well as they did in Shamrock's first game against Newbridge, as Hills covers up once again. And the puck just simply being in the Flyers' possession for most of the game. For defenders, they'll get tired out when they have to be on their heels the entire time. And Rinker has her pass deflected. And now the Shamrocks have somewhat of a fast break, but that one's easily turned aside by Zila. Now Rinker tries to control it again. So a quick chance for Boston, thwarted by the Flyers, as Smith knocks that one around. Marzano ends it, but the play is whistled dead. I believe offsides was the call. As Mia Bonarosa will step into the circle, take the face-off for Boston. Unsuccessful as Rinker flips a backhand pass to Trubin. Trubin back to Ava Rinker, taking it down the right side. And Hills puts her glove on top of that one. And it's another face-off, a third in the past minute. So this could be just Hills' way of letting the defense relax a little bit. And Davis knocks it across the board. Now Bradley. Back up to Davis. Thought about it. Too much pressure there from Bonarosa. Now Grimley. Grimley falling down, still trying to control it. She gets it away to Davis, but Davis now has to fight for it. That's not a fight she'll win, as Bonarosa has a 1-on-1. That one's knocked off the stick of Talia Delia. And the Shamrocks really trying for these quick punch fast breaks that the Flyers are all over. Flyers able to get back easily, and now they're moving the puck up with efficiency. Aquaro in the center looking for her hat trick. Flips it to Grimley. Tries to get it back, but that's deflected. And now Boston will run it, but that puck floats out to Davis. That's covered up by Ava Hills in the glove save. Shamrocks tapping their sticks against the boards in approval. And we hear some support for the Boston Shamrocks. Some fans cheering them on as the Flyers and Catherine Trubin are controlling this game right now. As Trubin's chasing. Gives the Flyers possession, and now Martin has it. She's got some space. Flips it to her backhand. Great save by Ava Hills. Getting that right pad. She knew exactly where Martin was going with that one as two Flyers collide. It looks like it was Martin colliding with Emily Bozzi. But Ava Hills with that pad save. She saw that move coming from Rachel Martin. Denied her a second opportunity at a goal. Now Michaela Javier controls the puck in the back, and a steal. Brooklyn Calendar taking it away from Javier. And now the Flyers will regain control with Jess Miller working on Francesca Caterina. Miller trying to make a move. Caterina's not having any of it as Miller goes flying across the ice. But Miller resilient, coming after it. And the puck drops to Ava Rinker, and that's going in. I don't know if that hit off Jess Miller, but I think it was Ava Rinker who just lit up that red light for the 5th time this season. 16 points on the year now. And that may have been tipped, but it looks to me like Rinker just hit that through the 5-hole. It knocked off of Hills' pads and into the net. So 4-0 Flyers as Lauren Hannafin checks into the net. And Hannafin, the freshman, broke a 2-start losing streak in an overtime win yesterday, allowing 3 goals on 25 shots on goal. Flyers have it with Rinker, the most recent goal scorer. She finds Javier, and that's a glove save, but rebounded off the boards. And the Shamrocks scored 4 in their last game and let up 4 so far in this one. The Flyers offense has really just been clicking today. And that one almost got knocked in from behind the net by Feeney. But Nicole Flack will control it for Boston. Gets it ahead to Morgan White. Flyers intercept it. Shot sent in to the big Tony Smith. And now the Flyers control it with Sydney Bradley. Bradley flipping it towards the center where no one is except for Lauren Hannafin. And Hannafin covers up for another face-off from the Shamrock zone. So Ava Hills still in line for the loss with 4 goals and about 6 saves for the Shamrocks. Not a good outing for her. But Lauren Hannafin, 2-3 on the season with a .479 goals allowed average and a save percentage of just over 82. Fans are cheering her first official save of the ball game. Now we have another face-off in the Shamrock zone. Now Grimley winning that for the Flyers, trying to get it ahead to Bradley was Grace Dwyer, it looks like. And almost a breakaway opportunity for Terrazzano, but the Flyers closing quickly. Now Michaela Javier controlling it. Gets the puck around Grace Babington. Now back in control is Grimley. Speedy and slick stick handling. As here comes Boston. Here's Francesca. Katarina tries to flip it over Zielag and can't. The net dislodges, but Zielag ends up on top of the puck. Looking at the replay there, I think Katarina just got a little bit too close. And we'll have another face-off, this time in the Flyers zone. Bonarosa trying to control it. Flyers looking for an elongated possession. They will not get it as that pass goes a little too long and Trubin picks it up. Jess Miller knocks it down but then loses her way. That one's controlled by Callender. Now Ava Rinker. She has a goal already. That slap shot goes wide and ricochets off the boards. St. Pierre can't get it. Now Rinker has it. She passes it towards the middle. Jess Miller can't control it. And neither can Trubin. But Rinker calmly saunters over and picks that up. Now Marzano. The shot right at the glove of Lauren Hannafin. Hannafin hasn't been tested like Ava Hills was, but she has 4 saves already. Carly Marzano taking the face-off for the Flyers as the ref makes sure Hannafin gets her water. And that shot into the chest protector of Hannafin from Feeney. And we'll have another face-off. Flyers trying to get it right off the face, but cannot. Now Carly Marzano back in the circle. Feeney trying to get it again. This time thwarted, so she'll pull it back out and try to run across the boards. Alexa Davis back down low for Feeney, where Feeney is met by Annalise Reed. And a nice move there from Davis. Davis, the snapshot stopped. I think that was blocked by Annalise Reed. And some chances down low, but quickly to cover is Lauren Hannafin. So Hannafin continuing Hills, as Hills just got pelted with Flyer shots, and Hannafin's getting the same treatment. And these Shamrocks, if they want to think about getting back in this one, they need to start doing something on offense. Grimley passes it in the middle, and a nice save by Hannafin. Deceptively tough, keeping that glove close to her body and making the save on that quick fire play from the Flyers. Set up by Grimley. Bradley can't control the face-off, and falling down is Helen Gillespie, starter in the opener. Just missed 2 games this season as Gillespie. And now Katie Flynn tries to do it herself. Met a bunch of defenders as that shot goes into the glove of Zielag. That was Gemma Demento trying to put her stamp on this one, get the Shamrocks back in it, but too far out, easy enough to see for Zielag. And we'll have a face-off in the Flyer territory. Demento losing the face-off as Trubin comes up with it. Now Bazzi. And ends up on the stick of Rachel Martin. She's already got a goal today. Martin flips it back to Trubin. The wrist shot into the glove of Lauren Hannafin, which has been getting a lot of work since she's entered. Hannafin's made about 4 different saves with her glove, all in different ways. That one, your typical out wide catch. And the Flyers on another glove save with the help of her pad, and the rebound deflected wide by Rachel Martin. And the Shamrocks look to control it behind their own net, and then they do. Now it's Morgan White bringing it up. Now back with Michaela Javier. Now Rachel Martin. Miller trying to stay on side. She does. Martin fires it wide as Tony Smith checks back in. Here comes Jess Miller looking for some space. That one is wide. Shot may have deflected off of Spencer St. Pierre. Played just 2 games before today. As Francesca Caterina fights to keep possession for the Shamrocks against Tony Smith and Franklin, who comes up with it. And a backhand shot stopped and dove over by Lauren Hannafin. Julia Franklin thought she might have had a rebound opportunity, but Hannafin had other ideas. Franklin created some confusion with that backhand, and Hannafin dove all over the rebound before the Flyers could think twice. That's exactly what you want to see in a keeper, especially when the goalie comes in from off the bench. Subbing one who got rocked for 4 goals in a little over 20 minutes. Hannafin keeping that one out as well, using her blocker to pin that one down and freeze it. So Sydney Bradley will take the face-off for the Flyers against Mia Bonarosa. Bradley will win it. Now Riley Grimley going down the wing, trying to get it towards the middle. That pass is deflected. And we have a player down on the ice. Looks like she'll get up quickly. That's Mia Bonarosa. I think she may have gotten hit. And now the Shamrocks are fighting for it in front of the Flyer bench. Bonarosa is there, so is Terrazzano. And a player down as the Flyers regain control. And that one right into the protector of Lauren Hannafin from Bradley. And Sydney Bradley had everything you wanted. She had space, she had options, and she had room. But wasn't able to put that one past Lauren Hannafin. Not great placement on the shot. Hannafin saved it relatively easily. Rachel Martin controls the face-off. But that one eludes everyone else on the Flyers as Javier knocks it off the board to Jess Miller. Taken by Babington. Now Bozzi picking her pocket. And recovering. Great pad save from Hannafin. And here come the Shamrocks. Javier closing on the puck well. And pulling away from Katie Flynn. And a big hit towards the bench there from Belaborski. Now the Shamrocks looking to run again. Flyers have 3 back. It doesn't look like there's much to be done for Brooklyn Callender, and there isn't. Michaela Javier picking it up. That pass intercepted off the boards. And Alexa Davis almost mishandled that in a bad place to do so. But she controls the puck. Davis Deeks trying to find one of her teammates up the ice. Now Miller gets it out ahead to Riley Grimley. The move, sorry, that's Feeney. Makes a move, but ends up just stalling the puck. Now trying to get it back. A little bit of a fight by the boards, but nothing doing as Marzano knocks that one away. Tony Smith can't control it. Spencer St. Pierre stands strong. Now Rinker looking for her second. That one wide. Hits the PSU sign on the boards behind the goal. St. Pierre dishing it behind to Katarina. Katarina looking for and finding Lauren Dillon. Tries to bring it up the rink, but is met by Tony Smith. Trubin has it taken away from her, but Rinker recovers. Rinker bringing it down the right wing. There is a stoppage of play. So 4-0. No goals have been scored by Philadelphia since Lauren Hannafin entered the game, and she's come up with 7 saves of her own. We'll have a face-off near center ice between Mia Bonarosa and Sydney Bradley. That is won by Bonarosa and the Shamrocks. But now Aquaro controls it. She's looking for her hat trick. Deaking, trying to get space but can't find any. Flips it back toward the center. Rinker recovers. Glove save by Hannafin. Lauren Hannafin picks that one out of the air. And a broken play almost turned into a goal for the Flyers. Aquaro was trying to do that herself. Maybe made one move too many. Flipped that back, and Ava Rinker just knocked it in the direction of the goal, but Hannafin snagged it out of the air. Now Rinker passing it towards the center. Trubin gets it wide. Shamrocks pull it back, look to recover. And the puck coming ahead and a little too far away. So Catherine Trubin rather, controls it. Wrist shot stopped using the blocker from Hannafin. That's save number 9. And the Shamrocks have numbers. Bonarosa looking to take it herself. The slap shot into the pad. Reed on the rebound, no good. Sorry, that was O'Neill on the rebound. And we're under 2 minutes here in the second period. O'Neill. Now Gemento. Now that one goes behind the PSU net. And that one ricochets off the wall into the stick of Delia. Now Jess Miller controlling, fighting off Gemma Demento. Miller stopped by the pad of Lauren Hannafin. And that one is cleared away by Boston. Delia giving chase. And she'll get to that before it's an icing. And we're under a minute here in the second period. Miller slips, but still gets it ahead to Feeney. Feeney working down the right wing, trying to put it in her backhand, cannot. And it's a turnover. Here come the Shamrocks trying to build something, but can't. That pass goes wide into the stick of Tony Smith. Smith tries to shoot it. That's going to knock off the pad and in. And that's just a tough play for a goalie. Hannafin had been playing so well since her entrance, and Tony Smith flips that off her pad, and it bounces in. Tough break for Boston as they concede goal number 5. The third of the year for Tony Smith, and her second against this Boston team. So 34.5 seconds left, and a 5-0 lead for the Junior Flyers as Delia pushes it ahead to Feeney, and it comes right back to her. Now Alexa Davis. Davis avoiding Shamrock defenders. Delia knocks that down with her stick, and that's going to be knocked around the boards. Shamrocks will get to it first, and it's cleared. Calendar fighting for it. Franklin. And that one pushed towards the middle. Delia back to Davis. The slap shot wide, deflected, and that, luckily for the Shamrocks, bounced wide because that knocked off one of their own defenders and almost trickled into the net. And before Calendar can do anything on that fast break, the horn sounds and the second period is over. So 3 goals in the second period for the Junior Flyers, and after 2 they lead 5-0. 2 goals from Aquaro. Delia added 1, Martin added 1, and Tony Smith added 1 in the second period. So the Flyers heading into the third period with a big lead for the second time today. 5-0 Flyers. We'll be back with more JWHL hockey.
No,
That's
yeah.
only for like 3 months.
Well, the only time they're actually going the speed limit is when there's too much traffic and everything's bent slows down. Because otherwise, you know, like, see, I'm not a speed demon anymore. I used to like that. You know, everybody's passing me all the time. Sometimes I'll speed up. Most of the time I just go 65, 70.
That's the way.
Yeah. People pass me all.
I'm still probably faster than normal, but I know like when I first
But
started
when I get in,
traffic,
my Camaro, it's the other way around.
it's gotta be a speed demon.
In that, you know, I'm like here in Pennsylvania.
70 mile an hour speed limit, forget about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're on, but you know, when they come to get behind me, oh, you want to get behind me?
Nope. Zoom.
Yeah. I'm doing a 120 before you know it. Third far behind.
I wish I had a nice car like that.
Yeah, it's only a 6-cylinder, but it's new 6s, so I remember in the 80s, the old 6s were just like, it was awesome. It was like driving a boat.
Same type of car.
But today's 6-cylinders and the Camaro, they're all high compression engines. So 101 system, so like when you give it gas to go, it doesn't just like, you know, or like a turbo system. Not crazy about turbo, and Malibu is a turbo, and
I don't need all that.
and it seems like, you know, when you step on the throttle, it's like beating the engine, you know.
Yeah.
But the Camaro, thing engine feels good.
And you hear the right sound.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Welcome back to the Pagula Ice Arena. We have another lopsided one, this time in the favor of the Philadelphia Junior Flyers. They have now scored a combined total of 14 goals and let up a combined total of none in 2 games. Now they're up 5-0 on the Boston Shamrocks behind 2 goals from Kylie Aquaro. And the puck drops in the third quarter. Riley Grimley taking care of it. Grimley, the shot, Rister goes wide. And the Flyers will control. So the Flyers controlling it now, the left side of the boards. And Rinker looks to push the pace. She's taken on 3 Shamrocks. Jukes one, sends the shot into the glove of Lauren Hannafin for save number 9. So a minute now has elapsed, and we are under running time in the mercy rule. Try and speed this game up for Boston. It's a big enough lead for Philadelphia. And it's the second mercy rule game that they have played in today. They were up 7-0 at this point against the Pride in game number 1. And it looks like the Shamrocks get their first goal. Brooklyn Calendar, she's been fighting her way up the entire night. And it looks like she finally found the back of the net. And it looks like there's a player down in the middle of the circle as the clock stops now for the injury. And there was a bit of a scrum. Calendar ended up coming out with the puck. But there's still a player down amidst the happiness of Boston's first goal. Trainer is now out on the ice, checking on the injured player. And looks like she's sitting up now. Can't tell who is on the ground just yet. And it looks like it is Anna O'Neill. And she is up and skating off the ice under her own power. That's Gemma Demento, actually. Demento might be able to get back in. But unfortunate injury aside, the shutout in consecutive games is now done as Demento climbs over the wall into the bench area. And it's 5-1 now in the favor of Philadelphia with 15.5 to go in this game. Now it's Feeney off the flyer for victory on the faceoff. But Helen Gillespie now back giving chase. There's some players on the ground in that corner as the Flyers fight for the ball, looking to get that goal back. Now in the corner with Feeney. Feeney, the shot into the pads of Lauren Hannafin. And the clock stops with the 5-goal mercy rule at this stage in the game. Boston now cutting the deficit and their access to running time. Sydney Bradley taking the face-off. Quick drop from the ref. That'll go in the favor of the Flyers as Trubin gives chase with time, but Bonarosa on her heels. Flyers control, looking to get the puck back in their offensive zone. And O'Neill slipped. That creates an opportunity for the Flyers. And good defense to prevent a shot. And it's an easy stop as Hannafin, pinned against the post, takes that one out of the air. As we look at the replay here, just too much being done. Great body positioning by the Shamrocks defense to keep the Flyer from getting a good angle on goal. And Hannafin doing the rest, making that one look easy. And now the Flyers take possession with Jess Miller on the right side. Rinker checked into the boards. Trying to scoop it out is Grace Babington. And the Flyers get possession. And now here's Rinker trying to scoop a slap shot. That one is snapped towards the net. and wide from Bozzi. Flyers get possession as Rinker checks Babington into the boards as she'll come off, but leave her stick on the ice. Now Rinker to the other side of the ice as the ref picks the stick up, gives it to the Boston bench. Now Trubin going behind the net. Gemma Demento back after that injury scare. She seems to be doing fine, getting physical with Jess Miller. As the play is stopped and the ref calls for a face-off near center ice. The Flyers changing lines and putting Carly Marzano in the face-off circle. Tony Smith opposite her to her left. Alia Delia back in at defense. Now Delia to Smith. Knocks it against the wall. There to prevent more is the goal scorer, Brooklyn Callender. Now Katie Flynn giving chase, taking control behind the Flyer net, pushing it back up top for St. Pierre. Shot is deflected, and the Flyers gain control. Here comes Alexa Thomas. Davis, rather. Now Delia passing it from the on-rushing Shamrocks, with Lauren Dillon giving chase. Now Morgan White trying to get in the Flyer offensive zone. Michaela Javier is having none of it, pouncing on that loose puck. And Javier now controlling it on the left side, switching back to the right. Giving chase is Claire Chu. She scored a goal in the last game out of Brookline, Massachusetts. Now it's behind the net. Hannafin looking around, trying to find it. And not quick enough to get an open side of the empty net. Hannafin out of position. Trubin tries to catch her, but that one's deflected. The number of Shamrock defenders. That shot is hit wide from Javier. And regaining possession are the Flyers with Riley Grimley. Grimley, patient. Losing her handle, but getting it right back. Going back along the board, hands it off. Shot fired by Aquaro. And that one is stopped by Lauren Hannafin. Aquaro 2 goals in the first period. Has had just about 2 shots since. And she's still looking for that hat trick. That would put her into double-digit goals on the season. Javier looses the handle. She's back in her defensive half. Making some moves, trying to pass, but frustrated by the defense of Grace Babington. Couldn't do anything with that one. Now Trubin. Jess Miller. Trying to scoop it in front of the Flyer bench. She does. Now Philadelphia has control. Bozzi on the left side. Taking it on sides. High wrist shot. Stopped by the glove of Lauren Hannafin. That one looked like it was going over the net anyway, but better safe than sorry for the junior. Rinker. Slap shot. Eaton by the Shamrock defender. That's Sheridan Terrazzano getting her body in front of that one. Crowd stomping on the bleachers in approval. And that one is stopped by Zelag. Zelag has not had a busy night tonight. Shamrocks unable to get a lot of shots on goal, but right there, off the transition play from the Terrazzano block, Boston able to get themselves into the forefront of this Flyers defense and get a good attempt on goal, but Zelag in great positioning, making that save easily. Now Morgan White. Katie Flynn stopped by Marzano. Puck squirts out to Delia. Now Tony Smith, she loses it. Gemma Demento has it. Smith kicks it back to herself. Flynn. Now Rinker as Marzano goes to ground. Ava Rinker looking for an open player. Instead, she tosses it on the net, and it's a stick save from Hannafin. Now Feeney loses it, and the Shamrocks gain control. But Borski slips and loses it, and now Tony Smith trying to chase. And a puck going right into the oncoming line for Boston, but then Biella regains control. As behind the net with it is Nicole Flack, starting defenseman, checking in after a strong defensive performance in the opener. That one's immediately taken away by Aquaro. Aquaro still looking for an opportunity on net. Shaking defenders, passing it one time is over the net. As Alexa Davis unable to get a proper handle on that, didn't get enough of the blade. Looked like it just caught the top. And Javier dribbling in, great save into the chest of Lauren Hannafin. But the Flyers get it back. Bradley passing behind the net. Now Javier from up top. Shot, glove save as Hannafin traps it against her chest protector. A nice looking sequence for Lauren Hannafin, who has done well in relief of Ava Hills. And Hills was taken for 4 goals. And an unlucky one got past Lauren Hannafin earlier in the period. Alexa Davis now taking on the left side. That was immediately stolen by Grace Babington. Babington not in a great angle and falling down. Knocks that across the boards. And it's picked up by Boston. And now Aquaro pokes it away. But there to recover is Nicole Flack. Puck in front of the Flyer bench. And here's Riley Grimley. She's got space. Grimley got the moves. The shot from a poor angle. And still pretty close, but wide. And Martin can't control it. Now Michaela Javier will try and find the puck floating back towards her defensive zone. She has just been a puck hawk all day today, finding those loose pucks and trying to control it for her team. She does that very well. Now Katarina. Now Callender, the goal scorer on the day for Boston. Puck's controlled by Martin. Now Bozzi, left side. Trubin, back to Rinker. Pushing it upfield to Helen Gillespie. Now to Katie Flynn. Callender, back to Flynn. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass, but it ricochets off the board to Gemma Demento. And Demento looks to get it back from Morgan White, but that pass is intercepted. And Rinker with the backhand, no. Not sure if Gillespie blocked that or Hannafin did. But either way, no soup for the Flyers. Feeney has it. A nice move to get back inside. In the middle, Feeney wrists her right into the chest of Lauren Hannafin. And she got enough height on that. Great inside move to get her into position here. But the wrist shot just not where she wanted to put it. Ended up in easy save for Lauren Hannafin as her Shamrocks win this faceoff. Now the Flyers under control. And a wrist shot score. And the Shamrocks might be mounting a comeback. Grace Babington picks up the loose puck and gets her 2nd goal on the season. Her only goal came in a loss to Mount, and now she adds her first since November 3rd, the freshman out of Bedford, Massachusetts. And we have a 3-goal game halfway through the 3rd period. Shamrock fans in the stands here starting to believe as the play is whistled dead. Face off at center ice where Riley Grimley is waiting. She will step aside for Sydney Bradley. Bradley knocks it back and wins it for the Flyers. Alexa Davis taking it in the left corner. Now Delia back to Davis, looking to advance. And Aquaro. Shifty moves. Nicole Flack almost had an opportunity. Their numbers forward for the Pride. Or for the Flyers. Quickly stopped by the Shamrocks. 3-on-3-1 by the defense there on that fast break. Annalise Reed trying to go through everyone, cannot. Now Bradley. Now Katarina behind the net. Bradley giving chase. Bodies all around the puck behind the net. And the Shamrocks recover. And that one's taken away by Aquaro. Deaking, making moves, trying to cut towards the center. And Lauren Hannafin is with her every step of the way. That is just fantastic positioning from the keeper in Lauren Hannafin. The freshman shaking, with Aquaro shaking her. Watch her mirror that body positioning from Aquaro. Exactly where she went. Not the puck, not the stick. Where Aquaro went. Hannafin was right there in front of her to get her body in the best possible position to cut off angles and fill up the goal. That's just outstanding goalie play. And now Jess Miller loses it. As Bozzi's tangled up there with Helen Gillespie. Bozzi winning that battle. Now Javier controls it at the top of the block. Now Javier back again. Wrister towards goal. Pad save. And the rebound. Flyers fighting for it. Shamrock still mostly controlling and no shots flinging on net yet. And now Bozzi, the wrist shot, glove save. As Hannafin drags that into her chest. It's a good defensive sequence from the Shamrocks, bending but not breaking there. And you see that nice save by Hannafin, topping it all off. Grabbing it with the glove and pinning it against herself to make sure that there were going to be no more rebounds on that possession. Javier knocks it across the boards. And something that the Shamrocks can look on positively. Since Lauren Hannafin entered this game, the Shamrocks have the lead. Hannafin has let up one goal since early in the second period when she was subbed in. And the Shamrocks have scored two. So I'm sure that's something that their coach will mention in the locker room speech postgame. Because with less than 5 minutes, it would take a lot for the Shamrocks to come back and win this. With Javier losing it now in her offensive half. With Reed now giving it back, but Brooklyn Calendar there to recover. Katie Flynn almost lost it in a bad spot, center ice. And here's Sydney Bradley. She's got space, going to the ref side. Goal! Sydney Bradley quieting these Shamrock fans and putting her 10th goal into the net. She has an assist already today, and it's 6-2 in favor of the Flyers as Bradley does her rounds around the Flyers bench. A well-deserved goal and a great shot. Six to 2 with the Shamrocks fans and Shamrocks players who we'll see more of tomorrow. But these Shamrocks have to prepare for their game against Ottawa, and it's starting to get a little chippy. It looked like Mia Bonarosa was about to throw a punch, but instead she's controlling her teammate in Sheridan Terrazano. The refs pause play a little bit. Each team goes back to their respective benches. So we've got one more game here on the community rink at the Bagula Ice Arena. The Mount Academy on Prince Edward Island will take on the U-16 Washington Pride, who you saw the Flyers absolutely demolish earlier in the day. And the Shamrocks, who you just heard leaving the arena, are set to go to the varsity rink and take on the Ottawa Lady 67s. Take a look at the U-16 standings as well. The Mount Academy is just ahead of the Boston Shamrocks. They have 12 points to Boston's 10. And Washington Pride remaining winless in the bottom spot. 3 points coming from a tie and 2 overtime losses for them. But it's good to see that this Boston Shamrock team just did not give up. They have been on the outside looking in this contest for a long time now. But we're here with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third period. They're down by 4 goals and still playing like they have a game to win. You've got to give it up for that team, showing their resiliency and their heart to keep themselves in this ballgame. And they were really clawing themselves back in it for a minute there, but that Sydney Bradley goal might just be the icing on the cake. And the Flyers controlling with Aquaro, but Reed doing a great job closing down. Anna O'Neill doing a great job closing down and preventing Aquaro from doing anything with that puck. Now Bonarosa trying to take it herself. She runs into Michaela Javier. Grace Babington knocks it loose. And Rinker passes it around the boards. Fighting everyone off there is Davis. And now O'Neill controlling it behind her own net. And a nice move to get into open space from Sheridan Terrazzano, but it comes to little. Now as Bozzi knocks it back to the Flyer offensive zone as we've hit the 3-minute mark. And Trubin fighting for it. Puts it on net, but it's easily stopped by Hannafin. Hannafin's let up 2 goals today since spelling Ava Wells. Or Ava Hills, rather, back early in the second quarter after Hills let up goal number 4. But still a 4-goal lead now with 2.5 to go. And almost a 5-goal lead, but a great pad and stick save to stop that Franklin one-timer. And it comes back to the positioning of Lauren Hannafin, doing a great job getting her body against the post when she sees the Flyers players drifting towards the sides. And then got her stick and her pad followed. And Demento, just wide, may have caught a piece of some of the Flyers defenders. And now Trubin brings it up. Passes it out wide to Rinker. Being cautious with these passes to make sure they're not in range of a charging Shamrock. And that's Helen Gillespie. Tony Smith taking the puck away from her. Now comes to Aquaro. And Sydney Bradley, who scored the most recent goal, fighting for it behind the net. That's going to score it out to Katie Flynn. That's taken away from her by Riley Grimley. Grimley dancing with it. And a glove save by Lauren Hannafin stops the clock at 1:37. Sydney Bradley taking the face. He's won a couple very easily. That was not one of them. As Anna O'Neill takes it behind the net. Now Bonarosa. It's lost to Terrazzano. Tries to pick it up, but cannot. Here come the Shamrocks. O'Neill taking it down center ice. Kicking it back to Francesca Caterina. Caterina fighting for it on the boards. And it's Delia who comes out with it. Now Aquaro, she loses it. Davis finds it for a moment, then Aquaro gets it back. And a big hit knocks down Sheridan Terrazano. Shamrock fans are not happy with that one. 42 seconds to go as Aquaro has it, cutting towards the middle, looking for the hat trick. Pad save from Hannafin. Great stop. An interception almost taken right back by Jess Miller. And now O'Neill controls it. And the pass is deflected to the other side of the ice. Here comes Talia Delia to Jess Miller. Miller cutting towards the middle. That play is deflected. Hannafin scoops it and pins it under her leg with 12 seconds remaining. So it's another win for Z-Lag, the sophomore, now 4-1-0 on the season. 2 of those wins coming against Boston. And probably combined hasn't faced much more than 20 shots. And that'll do it. Another convincing win for the Philadelphia Junior Flyers, moving their record to 7-2-0-1 and increasing their hold on third place in the U-16 division here. The Shamrocks drop to 4-8, remain at 10 points, and should stay in 5th. So a solid game all around, and the Flyers have to be happy with a day like today. Maybe a couple late slip-ups to Boston, but when you score 15 goals in 2 matches, that's got to be something you're proud of, and I'm sure they are. Solid game all around from their offensive players. Saw 2 good performances from the goalies without getting much action. And cementing their place close to the top of this division table. Coming up next, we have one final game of the night. 2 of the bottom feeders, however, in the U-16 division. The Mount Academy from Prince Edward Island in the middle of the pack. They've got 12 points heading into the day. And the Washington Pride, who we saw get demolished by Philadelphia earlier. But I'm Josh Sperb, and I'll be here with you for one more game. Thanks for watching.